Hey folks, CA Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another live stream. Today I was watching the markets closely, and again, one more day of markets going down and down and down. If you remember, if you have been watching my live streams, I had already told you that there is one level that I'm watching very closely. Thankfully, that level has not yet been breached. That's the level of 21,800. But today, right from the word go, markets were, absolutely not in a great mood. So, what we are going to do as a quick discussion today is I'll just also tell you that when do I prefer to come live and give some thoughts. Whenever I gauge that there is some panic in the market, there is some fear factor in the market, and a lot of people want to know my thought process. I generally come up with a live stream. So if you remember, I had always said that looking at the entire current market situation, 21,800 is something that was looking to be absolutely good enough and which is still held. Question is, why are we rapidly falling? What's happening in the market? Everyone knows about the war situation. Just one or two small updates is what I'm going to tell you. What happened over the weekend? Tomorrow it's a market holiday. So anyone who trades, just wanted to let you know on that. Tomorrow is Mahavir Jayanti, so we have a market holiday tomorrow. Plus Friday also we'll be having a holiday on account of Good Friday. So this time, instead of 5 trading days, we're going to have only 3 trading days. Okay. What are the key events to watch apart from what's happening in the war front is also what we're going to discuss. But before that, I'm sure you might have seen today what happened is Japan Nikkei and Kospi both were down by almost 3%. And overall, even Nifty right from the word go started to go down quite a bit. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen and tell you some key pointers. Now, if you have a look at Nifty, uh, you can see that even the open was pretty much on the lower side, 22,549. Close is 22,330. And if I were to look from the top, from the topmost point, Nifty has gone down by already 15% now. That's a big one, right? 15% gone, another 5%, and we would be officially in a bear market. Hopefully, we don't have to go down the drain, but with some additional news flow coming in, I just feel a bit, not nervous per se, but I'm going to just share my screen. I hope you can already see my screen. I've just written down few pointers that you should know what happened over the weekend. We have entered the fifth week of this conflict. There was an Indian casualty. I hope you know about this. An Iranian strike on a power and desalination plant in Kuwait killed an Indian worker. Uh, there are few more important points that there were attacks on energy hubs. What happened was that Iranian forces targeted certain zones, industrial zones in southern Israel, and energy infrastructure in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. Sorry, one more time. So, Iranian forces targeted industrial zones in southern Israel and energy infrastructures in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. So, of course, when Iran is going to hit certain parts of Israel, the industrial zones, plus the energy zones in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, there will be some sort of retaliation. Retaliation also happened. But one more point that we should understand is that this is something, this Strait of Hormuz, and everyone knows that by now. What is important right now is military buildup. I'm sure you have read about this. Hundreds of US specialty operations forces have arrived in the region, joining thousands of Marines already deployed. So, what I got to know after I read a lot, hundreds of commandos, including Army Rangers and Naval SEALs and Navy SEALs, have arrived as of 29th or 30th March 2026. Now, of course, no one knows the exact mission, what it could be, but there is a possibility that this could be like a mission where they just go in, they know the exact plan, what is to be done, and they come out from Iran. Uh, this may not look like a full scale invasion, is what experts were mentioning. And why they are saying this, because these Army Rangers and Navy SEALs, they are ideally people who, or fighters who have specialized training, and that is the reason why they will just go in Iran. They will finish up whatever task has been given to them, and ideally they should be coming out. That is US's target plan. Now, one more important point is that they have mentioned is they are also planning to target Kharg Island, which is Iran's primary oil export hub and coastal missile sites near Strait of Hormuz. So, Kharg Island, if I remember correctly, they have tried to target even before this. Uh, and this is the second time that they are trying to target this Kharg Island, which is Iran's primary oil export hub. Now, what US is saying that our objective is to ensure that Iran, which has closed the Strait of Hormuz, we want to reopen that. Even before the war, also Strait of Hormuz was opened. It was only because of the war that Strait of Hormuz was closed, and now they are saying that the whole objective is to ensure that the Strait of Hormuz is opened. Wow, but that's what it is. So I hope you have understood the key reason why Nifty fell today. It was mainly because of certain specialized force troops who are maybe now wanting to set their foot on the lands of Iran. So by now it was more of air force which was at play. Now the army and their special forces are also planning to get involved in this, and this is something which is seen as a next level of escalation. And whenever we see higher and higher levels of escalation, this is something which markets will not like. Uh, and of course, to fund these types of wars, money is needed, and that's what a lot of governments are also doing. Be it Russia, because they are also at war. Other countries who are currently at war, many of them are selling gold right now to fund war. So obviously, gold is again getting a downward pressure. So all in all, things are not looking good. Hopefully 21,800 we should not be breaking extremely easy. There is a reason why 21,800 holds extreme importance. It's not only minor importance, it does hold extreme importance. Typically what we see is that sometimes it does happen that it hits a range, maybe 1 or 2% here and there, and it gets back. But if it does not happen, it will be a bit painful. Why am I saying that 21,800 is a super duper important range? Because if you have seen my latest video, I have mentioned about the same. Just in case if you have missed that, Pooja, if you can just share the link of our Friday release about Nifty levels in this video's link, right? But what happened was that this was the lowest point. From there we hit a high, a higher low. Yeah, my magnet is on. Anyways, I'll just skip one or two in between. Okay, another higher high, a higher low, another similar high, and this is where we are right now. If we Mhm. if we were to close below this would be the first time after a long time, which is March 2025. After 1 year, we would be going ahead with a fresh low, which is not something that people want to see right now. And if that be so, then we would be embracing ourselves for a little bit bigger fall. So be aware about the fact that there are some turbulent times ahead, unfortunately. uh Dikshit Pava is saying, I've never seen a bear market. I've never seen bear market. It is frustrating when the market is neither crashing nor rising. Don't know what to do. 50, I'm really happy with your mindset, because if you're saying that 15% is not a crash, technically it is. Whenever we say it is anything around 5%, 5 to 10%, roughly, I can say, roughly 5 to 10%, right? It is treated as something like a pullback. 10 to 20% we call this as a correction, and about 20% we say, oh, it's market is in a bear market. Okay, so we are seeing this correction right now. But in spite of whatever is the market condition, be it a time pass sideways market or even a bear market, a reversal kind of a market, right now your equity portfolio may not be doing that great. So is mine. My equity portfolio, of course, I don't have a magic portfolio which is outperforming, which is up by 20%. Even if market is down by 15%, that's not going to happen. If the entire market is down by 15%, of course my portfolio is also bleeding, and I would be lying if I don't say that, right? But yes, of course, market is down, my portfolio is down. Mutual funds also, see, when I say, let's say if I'm talking about my mutual funds portfolio is down, doesn't mean it's in red. But of course, example, if it was showing like an XIRR of, let's say, 18%, Now with the market fall, it has come down to an XIRR of, let's say, 11%, 12%, whatever. Okay, I hope you understand that. uh, but with this, am I still trading every day? Of course, I'm not an intraday trader. I'm repeating, I'm not an intraday trader. uh, do I trade in options? Yes, I've been doing that consistently for more than 2 years now. And I think it was last month, I think, wherein I took a webinar on option selling, especially for those people. This is extremely important part now. This is especially for those people who understand that futures and options is risky, number one, but still there could be certain ways and means to do option selling which could be near stress free strategies. And if I'm saying near stress free, it is as good as a low risk low return category. And that's what I do, because I get stuck up in meetings, I get stuck up in shoots, and I don't want my blood pressure or heartbeat to go up if market goes up or comes down suddenly. So I have been doing expiry day trades, never a hero zero or never on a buying side. I've always been an option seller. And I have just tried to do 5 years of backtesting data first, just for me to understand that which levels could be good enough for option selling. So I am whatever I have learned over my own analysis is what I'm going to share with you all. This option selling webinar is going to happen on this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a 2 hours webinar. In that, I'm going to teach a very, very simple option selling strategy. I'm going to show you 5 years of data, entirely backtesting we're going to do together. Okay, that's the best part. And then we will derive levels, which levels could be good for option selling. Primary factor, absolute discipline. Second primary factor, ना के बराबर stress, near zero stress. That is what we intend, right? Because if we were to have more money but with more stress, at least I don't want that. So if you are of this category, who may be in a full-time business, who may be in a full-time profession, who may be in an employment where your job is extremely demanding, but you would want to do some options trading with low risk low return category, then of course you should at least try and learn this strategy. As I mentioned, you should have some basic understanding. I mean, you should not be like, what is an option? First tell us what are futures and options. No, you should at least know the basics. What is a future, what's an option? So if you know about these basics, do ensure that you enroll for Sunday's webinar. It's going to, I can guarantee that you are going to learn something, and you'll be like, why didn't I try this? And last webinar got sold out, more than 500 people. In fact, in my previous Thursday live stream, someone also said that 50% of my webinar fees are already recovered, because that person tried to trade that same strategy. I'm not, I mean, I always say this, never ever do I guarantee any sort of profits. Never ever will I say that you will 25 दिन में पैसा double, या फिर you will get like 12% return and 18%, 20%. Never. You calculate ROI for yourself. You understand what could be the overall positioning of this strategy. Okay, so Yogesh is saying I have already enrolled. Kya baat hai? Will we get recording of the seminars later? Yes, Anirudh, you will get the recording. Don't worry. The recording will be valid for 7 days from the date of webinar. So you should be able to access it whenever you want to, within those 7 days, right? Plus, I will also teach you how can you backtest that data for yourself also. Uh, there's also one very nice way how you can use your mutual fund portfolio and stock portfolio for your advantage. In the webinar, I'm going to tell into detail how you can do that. But it's going to be extremely informative, extremely important. I have been doing option trading in these situations also option selling, I'm saying, because people feel that whenever markets are jittery, option selling can be extremely risky. But at what strike price you're doing is extremely important, right? So with good discipline, with knowledge, if you're doing that, it should not be a big problem. Whenever you find time, just go. I'm just going to show you the quick link, so that anyone who is, of course, Pooja will share the link in the pinned comment and in the description box. But just for your understanding right now, I think my screen is visible. I'm not sure. Let me just share my screen one time quickly. um, Yes, this is the option selling webinar. So if you just click here, just go to our website and you should see this as a pop-up. And what you will learn is this, as I mentioned, you should have some basic knowledge at least. And the recording will be available for 7 days. And this is the time frame, 5th April, 11 a.m., 2 hours. It's going to be a live webinar online. And that's an important one. Only 500 seats. Seats are already filling fast. I just thought of letting everyone know that if you're planning to attend, do enroll as early as possible, because I'll not be able to take up admissions once the 500 limit is hit. Last time there were 30-40 people who were not able to attend it because we ran out of seats. My current Zoom subscription allows only 500 enrollments, 500 people in a meeting right now. That's why the limit. It is going to be at 11 a.m. Okay, so anyone who's interested, definitely check out. And I will let you know about one coupon code also. If anyone is interested, you can use the coupon code CARRYT, through which you can get some extra discount also. Okay. In your previous live stream, you promised to give some basic knowledge for those who don't know about futures and options. Yes, but I got extremely busy during the weekend. I will try my level best to do some more. I mean, do at least one live stream where I do give some basics, which will help out in enrolling. Was not possible on a weekend, but will try my 100%, Yogesh, to do this during the week. Okay, I hope that helps. I think this is it. It's not a very long stream. I hope everyone understands why markets were jittery. Of course, one more point today. I hope everyone knows about this also, that today was the last day of tax harvesting. So that could be one more possibility why we saw some more elevated levels of uh, selling in the market. Anyone who might have planned to sell today and buy in the new financial year for saving some taxes, that could be one more reason why we saw a bigger selling in the market today. Okay. So that is it for today's live stream, and we'll keep on meeting during such sessions. So I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.